not really the type of yarn that I would reach for in the summer times. However, these colors are freaking killer. No matter what they put it on, I was gonna work it up for Summerween. Like, that's just what it is through and through. I was working on this all weekend. 2 different projects working up with Joann, their new line, Big Twist Rave. This color is called Scene Queen. The other one that I just showed you is Electric Slime. I was hyper focused. Like, this was it. I wanted to work this up, get it all done and finished. I'm excited about the yarn. I loved the colorway. Each project, even though it's almost finished, I probably worked it up 3 or 4 times. Starting with this cropped tee, and there's even a little mistake on it, but that's okay. That totally happens. So it's gonna be a crop tee. I have just a little split cut right here. I seamed up the entire edge, so there is no place for me to put my arm. It's okay. I didn't weave it in though. We're good. Pull this out and get going again. Did a zigzag stitch on the side and also on the top too. Kind of my favorite go-to. I just knew I didn't want to do a mattress stitch with this type of yarn. Not only will it split, but it ends up being really frustrating when I put it together, especially if it splits and then I have to go back and then pull it off. So I just avoided that, but the zigzag stitch worked really, really well. 100% premium acrylic, 312 yards in here, 5.3 ounces, 4.5 millimeter crochet hook, which is exactly what I used for both of these projects. This is just me. I wanted to work this up very quickly, like as quick as possible, so I did a double crochet. Definitely not a summertime type of project because it ended up being pretty heavy. I knew that going into it. I could have stopped and done something different, but I didn't. I'm not going to cake it up because it didn't turn out the way that I wanted to. I'm definitely going to save it, but it'll probably be more of a fall, winter. I'm going to layer it with some long sleeves and stuff. Totally fine, but I am glad that I tried it with different stitches. So this was a double crochet. For the Scene Queen, I ended up doing a little fishnet, 4.5 millimeter crochet hook as well. This one worked so much better. Didn't have any splitting or anything with this yarn and that hook. So I think it's gonna depend on the type of stitch that I use with it and also what type of hook that I use. It's not super tightly wound. It will run the risk of splitting on my crochet hook here. Just from working with this type of yarn in the past, I know the types of crochet hooks that I can and can't use. I have 3 kind of go-to hooks. I have wooden, acrylic, and metal. The wooden hook is an absolute no for this yarn. No matter how smooth the tip of the crochet hook is, it will snag. Doesn't matter. If I go up in size, it's a little bit better, but it's still, I run the risk of it splitting. So wooden ones are out. The next best one is the acrylic. This is actually the one that I used to work up the electric green crop top. There's only a couple moments, and that was the beginning when I was doing the foundation chain. It didn't work the best, and then also seaming everything together. But once I got going, the hook was totally fine. But the best hook is a metal crochet hook. Not only does it have the added weight to it, which I like for my elbow, I worked these all up beautifully. 4.5 millimeter crochet hook, it worked. And no frustration. If you've experienced splitting yarn, it is very frustrating. You get to a certain spot in your project, it starts to split, so then you go back a little bit, and then you have to be extra careful, and eventually you forget, and then it happens again. It's not fun to work with that. However, I am going to say this color wins for me, so they could have put it on any type of weight of yarn, any type of, like, it just did not matter. I love these colors and I'm gonna make it work for me. But there are some things I wish that they would have chose differently, just for the fact that it's called Rave and it was dropped right before summer. I mean, I think wearables, right? Like, that's what we're thinking. I don't know that I'm gonna use this for anything structure related, like tote bags, market bags, things like that. It would make a really good blanket, but I am just not in the mood to make any sort of blankets at this moment. So it could 100% just be me that I want to make summertime wearables, and I feel like this color is perfect. It's just, I wish it was a different style of yarn. That's all. Am I going to order more of it? Absolutely. I already have. I love the electric slime. It's my color. Honestly, I'm just hoping that this means there's more to come since they killed it with the colors. I'm excited about it. Hopefully you're excited about it. Maybe we'll see it then later down the road, these intensive colors on different weights of yarn and different styles too. They do have actually quite a bit of colors in this lineup. I'm only showing you these two because that's the only two I've got. And my second order is all of the electric slime. That's it. I didn't get any of the other ones. Will I be going back? Probably. This line has just recently hit the stores, so when I bought it the other day, they were full price. I did have a coupon of the 20% off order online, pick up in store thing, but there was only a couple of every colorway. So that was $6.99 per skein plus the 20% off coupon. Right now, everything is 25% off. If you can wait, it is normally best to do so with Joann. They drop it on the site, you'll see it for a couple of days, and then they'll have like an introduction price reduction, which is what it is right now. 25% off entire stock of Big Twist yarn. Oh, okay. So their entire lineup, and also any tools or accessories, 25% off. This is online only, which makes this $5.24 per skein. Can you stack the coupon too? Yes, there's a 15% off coupon, so you can stack that as well. 10 colors in total. The Electric Circus, that's the one that I'm leaning towards getting next, and all of these have just fantastic names too. Electric Circus, Lava Lamp, and Safety Cone. Those are the next 3 colors that I want to play around with. I just don't have any patterns ready for them at this moment. I'm still playing around with the Scene Queen and the Electric Slime. This yarn made using premium acrylic. It features bright neon colors with ombre effect. You can use the brilliant yarn to create so many beautiful projects such as scarves, hats, cardigans, and garments. So I didn't read that part before I purchased this. If that's what they're going for, like those types of projects, then yeah, this yarn works really well for that. I was just thinking summery type of projects, and I'm not going to stop doing that. I'm going to finish both of these, and I'm going to make a couple more crop tops from it. So really, I mean, it's yarn. Explore it how you want to, use it the way you want. It's there for us to express our creativity. You'll be in love with the color transition of this pattern, and then all the other details. Do we have any actual patterns? Sometimes they have that. No. But if they're saying scarves and hats and stuff, I don't have any interest in making that with these. But it does say it on the back, so I guess I should have taken that into consideration. Working with it was rather nice, because sometimes this type of material, especially when my hands are super dry, it feels a little bit scratchy. I'm not going to say that it's the softest yarn in the world, because even when you pick it up and just kind of rub your hand on the top of it, it's not the softest, but it's also, I wouldn't call it a harsh yarn either. Just again, because of the nature of the yarn and how it's wound, I'm gonna feel a little bit of texture from it. Not annoying though. I worked up both of these projects rather quickly, and I didn't have any breaks in between it. So it's not like I was taking breaks from the yarn and the actual texture that I was bringing on my hands. Really, it was Friday through Monday, so even longer than the weekend. Still love it. I still want to work with it. My fingers they're not irritated. Didn't bring up any of my sensory issues with it. You can see the gradient a lot better on this Electric Slime compared to the Scene Queen, which was another reason why I committed to the double crochet. I really just wanted to see it all played out. Also down here, like here on, that is an entirely new skein of yarn. I could have easily done just one skein for the front and one for the back, but I wanted to see what it was going to look like if and when I make bigger projects, of how the combination of yarn is going to work out. Obviously, if I want the same exact color, I'm going to have to pay attention to the lot, which right there, the lot number, if I want to do anything other than using just one skein of this. But also, if I have the same lot, at like how do they spin everything up? Is it always starting with the black and working its way into the green? Even though I only have 2 of these to speak from experience, it seems to be how it was. It all kind of started with the same color and then moved its way into the electric green. The back you can tell a lot better. This is not an addition. This is just a knot that I had to retie. So out of the 2 balls of yarn, I only found 1 knot. That's pretty good actually. Let's work it up a little bit here with the 4.5 that it's suggesting. And here is kind of the hardest part, I think. Just the starting out, because if you see that, you have to have pretty good tension and consistent, otherwise it will split. I mean, it is what it is. Once I get going though, it works pretty well. Do a little fishnet like I was doing with the other one. Normally my tension is pretty loose. For this one though, I am putting a little bit more pressure than I normally would for each stitch, just to help it stay consistent and fight the fact that it might split. Let's try the 5mm crochet hook with the electric slime. See if that helps at all, especially for starting. Not really. I still have to have pretty good tension on this. And this one in particular is wildly loose. I could go pretty fast with this. 5mm, that might be my go-to for these projects now. I didn't think I was going to change it. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's a lot easier. And it would definitely give it more of a drapey, airy feeling too. Just adding that 0.5mm to each stitch. Yeah, I almost like that better now. So here's my thoughts, or kind of my conclusion about this yarn. I am going to finish my project, my crop top, with the double crochet, but every single project that I have from here on out, I think I am going to move it to a 5mm. I felt like I had more breathing room. Just that 0.5mm allowed me to relax a little bit, and that's what I want when I crochet. Like, I want to chill, especially making projects like this where it's very repetitive. I don't want to be stressed and then feel that in my neck and my shoulders. So for me, 5mm, I'm gonna use my metal hook, and then really, sky is the limit with the amount of projects that I'm gonna create with this yarn. So now I gotta know, are you as excited about this yarn as I am? And also, what are you gonna make with it? Like, are you thinking blankets or summertime wearables? Is that just me? Am I just feeling all the summertime wearables at this moment? It's coming up to summertime and I haven't made a lot of those, and I'm just kind of out of my blanket era at this moment. I don't know. Let me know what you're gonna work up though. Thanks for hanging out with me today, chatting about this brand new Rave yarn. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I will see you in my next video.